Okay, that's muted. We're good. All right. So let's jump into this call and hopefully, can everybody hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be not a presentation call just yet, but a clarity call and a Q&A. So first and foremost, all of the green people, which are the people that sent in 25, have been sent documentation. Okay. Not even half have returned the information. I find it interesting, to say the least, but there's some things that I need to go over and make sure that everybody's on the same page. Now, the email was full of links, as you seen, with the return, where you got to send them, and all this information. Okay. Possibly it went to spam. So, what I'm going to do is send the documents out once again to the entire group, everybody, everybody. Not the documents, but a request to go look in the spam. Um, this way, those who sent the 25 get their position as promised, basically. I don't want to go into the next group of people and go live with it if they have not had the opportunity to take their position. Okay. So, again, it is all part of how we do things. And I try to do things in order and properly. Although I'm hearing different from, I guess, people who have watched the video or what have you. Be that as it may, I still have to do my part to make sure everybody is aware that it's time to fill out these documents. Now, what I'm not going to do is babysit. So after I send out this notification to everybody in the on the spreadsheet, everybody in the whole mailing list, look in your spam. Okay. The next step is to finalize all the green individuals and make sure everybody has had their opportunity to fill in your documents, get the documents straightened out. The timeline or the deadline um, is really was put out to get everybody to move. As you can see, we put out 240, no, 278. And I think there's probably 60 people in there on the list that actually return the documents. Now, these are people that have put up, or as we say, put skin in the game, $25. Okay. I don't take a dollar lightly. If you put up to 25, you should be filling out your documents so that you can get your invite next. All right. Now, the whites, I will start after I send the email out to everybody. And hopefully, everybody either missed it or they have changed their minds. One or the other. I need to know one way or the other. So we'll find out what happens by Thursday. So I'll send it out tonight. So everybody will have a chance to see Tuesday, Wednesday for 2 days. It'll be out there to take advantage of that positioning. After the 2 days, after Thursday, I'm going to start on the white. All right. I'm going to start on the white. That's the folks that didn't do either thing. Now, if what was said to me earlier, which I have to ask a question, is true, then we have what we have and we'll move forward as it seems fit. But what I heard today was that people, some people, are waiting for the launch. They're not going to do the paperwork. They're not going to email back anything. They're just sitting and waiting. That's fine. That's fine. If that's the choice of the bulk of the people who are participating, you have made your decision. I can't change that. Now, the other stuff that was said, I'm not going to bring back up because it was hurtful enough to even hear it. But what I do need to ask and make sure is that everybody is on board with moving forward. Because if we don't do one, the other one will suffer. And it's difficult to do the other one by itself. That's why it doesn't move. Simple. I'm going to go forward regardless, with or without those who have decided. If it's only 10 of us in there, then the 10 of us will have a ball. Okay. But my plan is to go forward with it as soon as everything meshes together. So I'm going to give up some information. Not that it's going to change anything. Uh, it's just going to let you know more of something that's not going to make any difference, whether you know it or not. But I was pushed, coerced, had my arm twisted to give up information. And I don't mind. So here we are at the end of all of the programming, at the end of adding on close to, I would say, anywhere between 150 to 200,000 products. I used all of Amazon. I used all of Walmart, Target, and everybody else I could get that would allow me to put products on a website. That is not an easy task, but there's enough there. 1 through 12, there's enough there. All right. The last step in all of what's going on is basically adding on all of the pictures, the articles, making the website presentable. Right now, it's a bunch of cars and stuff like that. That's not the pictures that I want on the website. So, all the technical stuff, the programming, coding is done, has been done. But you can't launch if there's no information on the website. So that's what's being added as we speak. All right. I talked to our programmer, and it is what it is. We are where we are, and pretty much that's all I can say. Now, there were other people that made mention, oh, you shouldn't have to wait as long as you've been waiting. It should only take 9 months. Yeah, I agree. When you have $100,000. Now, everybody is all up in a roar about why we haven't launched. That was the question that's across a lot of people's foreheads. Why haven't you launched? You're just using and taking advantage of elderly people. That one, I got a little ticked, but I have to think about it. And I had to ask my own self the same question. Are you? Absolutely not. So, one of the biggest things that people that don't have information do is speculate. And when you speculate, you are basically assuming things. And we all know what the assumption is. Okay. I don't want to say all that, but I will say this. When I launch, and we will launch, the main thing that I want to make sure is that everybody knows that this was done for the benefit of everybody. Everybody, all the way down to the kids. And the hurtful part is that when we try to make sure you are doing the best that you can with basically the products and things that you have in front of you. People tend to speculate. If it doesn't come in the time that they think it's supposed to come, you're doing something wrong. You're doing some evil stuff. Couldn't be further from the truth. I will always stand on my honor with anything that I do. And when I do launch this, I'm going to make sure that not only the people that decided to do what they did, but the different venues that will be made available to you are for the benefit of everybody here. Period. Period. Nobody wants this launched more than I do. Nobody, not a person on here, wants this more than me. We will be fine with what we have. Everybody that's here, I know you're ready for it. I'm ready for it. We will have it soon. The main thing right now is the documentation. Now, I need to go over these docs one more time, and I don't mind going over them because it's important that you know what you're signing. I mean, I've had, a few people go get attorneys to have it read, which is fine. I'm not hiding anything. Um, the documentation, all of it really is for your protection. I have participated in programs, and I'm sure you have too, that none of them, not one, gave you the opportunity to protect yourself against them. Not one. I know I've not signed any paperwork that's stating that, okay, if this happens, that happens. Here, this goes to the family. Or here, this goes to your beneficiary. Did anybody else sign any paperwork like that? I didn't. And I've been at this for a while. Like I said, A Promise Delivered was designed behind all of the failures that I have participated with, that I've talked to people that participated with different programs. And I heard all the stuff, and I know for a fact because I went through it. You went through it. Some of you are still with me. But this paperwork was put together to protect you, to make sure you were taken care of. So to make a statement of taking advantage of someone, I think the easiest way to do that would be probably this. You would never see my name, you would never see me, and you sure wouldn't have my information. That's top. I could put any picture there. That's someone who is up to something in a negative. I'm not going to say any more to that. So I'm going to move on. The first document, or the only document really that's creating the most issue of clarity, is the notice of death. Okay, notice of death. The rest of those documents are pretty much standard, background check, because you're going to be dealing with currencies, you're going to be dealing with monetary, so you have to have a KYC. Where your debit card is coming from is doing the KYC. It's not me. But in order for you to get a card to work with in the back office, somebody got to know who you are, right? Everybody missed that one. I got a couple questions on it. Not big, but that one, I don't keep any of your information. The only thing that will be kept is these signed documents. That's it. And there's no personal information on these documents. If you notice, I did not request a social. I did not request a driver's license. nor did I request any pictures of such. Okay. So getting an attorney and all this, I'm not keeping any of your personal information. That's fine. But if you want to have them read it, have them read it. Like I said, I'm not hiding anything. It's for your protection. So the death notice, really, there's only two people that mean anything on that document. Two. The first one is you. You have to sign your own document. That means you agree to what's being said in said document. And the second person is the capable individual that you put there. This is the only person that a promise delivered will contact or have dealings with. Okay, that's it. All the beneficiaries and all that, that's fine. You know, it should be on a document somewhere. But a promise delivered is going to deal with that one person, whoever you put in that slot. And that's where the funds will be sent to that's left in your back office. Okay? Because when the death notice comes, that account will be held, it'll freeze, and it'll finish out wherever you left at, and whatever's there will be gathered up and sent to that person. Where the real funds are going to be and should be, the royalties that you gather up or withdraw will be in your device. Okay? In your device, your crypto device. Because you're withdrawing it out of the back office and you're putting it there. That's your bank. Make sure that capable person knows the password to your device, your wallet, or your crypto cold storage, because that's where everything is going. Should be. Make sure that capable person is also on your bank account. Because if they're not there, when you pass, your bank accounts is the first thing that gets frozen. They'll freeze it right up. But if that capable person that you put on that document is also on your bank account, they can make sure that whatever is there can be used for your final agreements, per se. All right. So the only thing that document does is let me know who to contact. Once I contact them and send over whatever is in the back office, it'll be sent to them, and I'm out of it. A promise delivered is out of it. Done. Okay. So it's not as bad as most people think. A lot of people, I think, were thinking that, oh well, whoever I put there, they have to give up their personal information. The only information I need from those people is a email address and a phone number. That's it. And their first and last name. That's it. So don't make the documents more than they are. They're just documents protecting you. All right. So that's pretty much it on the documents. The rest of the stuff is pretty much self-explanatory. I do need them printed out. Everybody is fighting me on this. Why? I don't know. The reason why I'm asking you to print them out is so that you can hand sign them. Hand sign them. If you can, I would prefer it in blue. But if all you have is a black pen, sign it and get them back to the team so they can get you scheduled once I get the green light. I'm looking for the green light by Friday, personally. I have a meeting tomorrow at 3:00. I sent over the descriptions. I've sent over all the information. The only thing I didn't send him is pictures about what we're doing. I'm going to gather up a bunch of pictures like Walmart shots, stuff that's online that you can use. You have to be careful using other people's pictures because they can sue you for that. I may make up some pictures that don't exist. I do have Canva, but we're not programming anymore. So I know it has been a very long time. I do know for a fact that people have lost some stuff trying to keep up with payments. I understand completely. I totally understand. But I'm still going to stick to my guns where I said no one is forced. I want you included, yes, but I force no one to participate. We will have a promise delivered do what it's supposed to do. Um, it was never secondary, it was always first. Secondary is Team Royal. A lot of people got it turned around and they're thinking, oh, well, why don't you just let go of a promise delivered and just do Team Royal? So I ask a question to that. If all we were doing is Team Royal, how fast do you think you would move through that system? How solid would you be? Remember, you need a business position, you need an outside membership. That's a $398 outlay, not $249 that was done. I know it's a stick in the mud, trying to wait for stuff, especially with what we're going through. A lot of it will be alleviated in 7 days. A lot of it will be alleviated in 7 days. Give me 7 days. I know we'll be done before that, but there's something else happening in 7 days. And I'm sure all of you are aware of it. All of you. So don't worry. I have things that I'm doing. There's always an outside venue, there's always support. But one thing for sure, when we launch, when we launch, a lot of people are going to come running. That I already know, especially the ones that were talking this stuff. And I already forgive them. It's all good. So, what else do we have? The documents, check your emails, check the spam. If you're green, you should be requesting your documents. If you didn't receive them, let me know. I'm going to start the whites Friday. I'm going to start the whites Friday. So the forms will be different. So if you have not had a chance to um, get your documents, you have to let me know in the email. Okay, you have to let the team know in an email. We're using 2 or 3 in agreement at gmail.com. 2 or 3 in agreement at gmail.com. If you've sent your 25 and have not yet received your documents or forms, send an email to them. If you got them and don't know how to fill them out or having trouble filling them out, send an email to them. They'll help you. I'll help you. A lot of you've called me over the past couple of days. I helped you. Okay. This is not about a greed thing. Trust. Never was. So, can someone type that in the chat? 2 or 3 in agreement at gmail.com, please. Let's see. Documents. That's really it. Because there's no updates other than the fact that pictures need to be added to the website and all the products that are there now are being added to. I'm still working on products. I want over 1 million products on every level. No. But I want you to have enough that you have pretty much everything at your fingertips. And here's a thing that I want to help people realize. And this is part of how a promise delivered works and what its real mission is. And that is really everybody on this screen, everybody who we are in contact with, and I'm pretty sure even the kids have gone to Amazon once or twice. When they got to Amazon, they went and looked up whatever it is, a toy or adult. Look, I got a rototiller in my wish list. I have a rototiller in my wish list. I don't have it in the backyard. Why? Because it's $600. Right? Now I want you to look at that scenario, and I want all of you to think about the last time you went and looked through. I'm just picking on Amazon because they're the easiest to work with. They're going to ship it right to the house. You don't have to, most of them ship it, but I'm picking on them because everybody knows Amazon. Everybody knows Walmart, right? They ship now right to the house. Groceries. You can get groceries at the door. So here's my question, and here's the clarity that I think some have missed. So I'm going to use my own scenario. I have the rototiller in my wish list because everything that I make and everything that I put together or whatever, my income takes care of the bills and not all the way across, right? So you have to work, right? I don't have the rototiller because I don't have 600 extra to buy it, right? Now, along comes a promise delivered. You join it, you get in, you find out that there's products from first grade. There's products, plenty of products for you, your kids, and everything. It's broke up in sections. Him, her, kids, and all. Him, all products for him. Her, all products for her. Children or kids, all products for them at the $50 level. And then the all section is all the products at $50, $49 and less, because it's free shipping. Yep, it's on Prime. Now, knowing that a promise delivered comes along, you join, you make it to 6th grade, you have $1,000. You have, I'll say that again, $1,000. Did I say a paycheck? Did I say your, second job? Did I say borrow from grandma, grandpa? No, I said you'll have $1,000 right now. It's going to go to crypto soon, but you will have $1,000 to shop with. Let's pause for a minute. How much is the rototiller? $600. When can I get it? The second I get to sixth grade. I can use the debit card in the back office, click on the rototiller. It's already connected. You put your information in, your shipping address, the card information, and you purchase the rototiller. You didn't have to work no overtime. You didn't have to work a second job. You didn't have to borrow it from nobody. But you're able to get that rototiller brand new. You go to seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, and on. 12th grade, travel package worth $9,000. Travel packages worth $9,000. You want to go to Niagara Falls? Never been, right? Book it. Pay for it in the back office. Get on the train. Light bill comes in, $600. Use the debit card in the back office. Go to the electric company's website. Put in the card information. Click pay. Light bill paid. Second job? Borrow from grandma? Overtime? None of that. So whatever you're getting from where you've been receiving your resources from will be untouched. Because a promise delivered, if you just listen to the name, and I ask everybody all the time, just say the name. Just say the name. That's what we have. Now, when it comes to Team Royal, I got to talk about it because it's part of it. When it comes to Team Royal, we already know because a lot of you are on the jumpstart. A lot of you were with me the first time around. And if you don't have people, a lot of them, it's difficult. It's difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible because there are team leaders that have a couple thousand people under them. But it's only going to go so far because that bread runs out. People coming in, if they don't have it, they ain't coming in. Or it'll slow way down. Now, I've explained to the sister company what a promise delivered does. They want us to launch too. Now, this is a different company altogether. I told them the model, how it works, and what we're doing. And they said, outstanding. When are you going to launch? So when I tell you and I say these things to everybody here, and I hope some of the people that were questioning and asking about certain things, I hope they're in the room listening. I hope so. Because like I said from the very beginning, I have nothing to hide. This whole thing was put together because I have been taken advantage of on more than one occasion with a lot more money. And I don't know if you've ever heard of an oil transaction. I'm going to explain to you right quick. You ain't seen evil until you've been part of an oil transaction. They're a lot like what we're doing. There's documentation that has to be filled out. I did that. Put up information from other people. Did that. Put everybody together on a phone. Did that. And you're offered 50 cents. Now, wait. 50 cents times the transaction. Now, this is all on paper. You're looking at it, you're signing documents, stamping thumbprints, and all this. The language of the transaction is 1 million barrels a month, right? That's your multiplier. So you, as a participant, this is what I used to do. As a participant, you get on the documents as a participant of either facilitating the contract, delivering product. But your 50 cents to a dollar, if you got a dollar, you were really good. 50 cents is where it starts. But you take that 50 cent and multiply it 100 million times or a million times. The contract is usually 1 million barrels a month. So it's 50 cents 1 million times. You sign all the documents, get everybody on board, everybody's shaking hands and happy. Then the guy with the oil, which is a certificate of ownership, now that he knows about all these people and a buyer, the seller calls the buyer that you brought him. He calls him, they seal the deal and leave everybody out. So, yes, it does happen. Yes, people have been taken advantage of. Yes, people have lied. I got so close at one point that the funds were in the account. In the account. I'd never seen that kind of money. Well, I never saw it because they pulled it back because the individual lied about the ownership of the product. So, yes, I am well aware of people being taken advantage of. I was one of them. Rug pulled out from underneath you. You get two guys together, they make a deal up here and forget you. A promise delivered is nothing of that form. Like I said, I want to see the little guy make it. One day at a time, one step at a time. And a promise delivered is that. It's very inexpensive to get into. It is going to stick around as long as everybody stops trying to be a detective and just participate. Just participate. I'm not here to steal anything from no one. I'm not even in my own program yet. Ask any of the enrollers. I sent out 240 or 278 invites to do the documents. My documents are right here. I haven't even turned mine in yet. So if I was doing something crazy, I think I'd be in front. All right. So enough of that. I want to ask if there's any questions on what we've covered. As soon as I get the finished product, those of you that have already sent your documents back, some of you had to get it sent back, but if it went over and it didn't get sent back, you're good to go. As soon as I get the okay, you're going to be text first. So there's no surprises or, oh, I didn't know that number. I'm not answering that. We're not doing that. Remember, our mode of contact is text first. And in the text is going to say, my name is such and such from a promise delivered. Now, if you ignore that text, then you didn't want to be in. I mean, you can't put it any plainer than that. They're going to announce themselves with a text first. If you don't have a cell phone, which you should, because that's one of the 4 items, smartphone, they can't text a house line. They're going to have to just call you. All right. And it's going to go off of the appointment that you made. A lot of you made appointments. We had to reschedule because programmer was not done. I don't have the software. Can't launch without software, right? So I was pushing too. I was trying to, hey, I got people, let's get our appointment set so we can go. Anyway, as soon as we get the green light, all of you that have already turned your documents in will get the invite. Okay, it's going to go across everybody that is ready will get it. There's no need to lock the back office. I'm not even going to bother. So it's going to be live from this first step, and we'll just have to deal with it if there's any issues, but there shouldn't be because it's been tested. The only thing that hasn't been tested is the transference of actual real funds. That's it. That's the only thing that hasn't been tested. Everything else works. There's not that much in there, really. There's more over there at Team Royal than it is here. The only problem we're having is these documents. So I hope and pray that we get past these documents, get them in, get done, and get launched. So that's all I have to share with you guys this evening. Let's go ahead and start with the question. Dan? Dan? Oh, I got to change the thing. I'm sorry. Or my apologies.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. My apologies.
Just real quickly, probably this is probably not true, but is there any confirmation that you received the documents that we sent in?
Yeah, well, when you send them in, the team will go over them, and then if there's something that needs to be fixed, they'll send them back. You fix that, and when you send them back again, they're not gonna. There's no need to. I mean, they can just to let you know your documents are good. That way, you won't be sitting in the dark. So, we'll ask the team to do that going forward. That your documents are good. I don't like doing thumbs up, but we'll figure out some kind of way.
I need to answer that, Montalvo.
Okay.
So when you send your documents over and they are approved, we will respond back to you. Your documents are approved and what the next step is. The only problem so answer your question, when your documents are approved, you do get an email that says they've been received, they're approved, and the next step. And for those who are sending documents through U.S. Postal Service or UPS Store or Office Depot or whatever, when you send your documents that way, we cannot respond back to that facility or the library that we've approved and received your documents. You must include your email address somewhere. You can handwrite it at the bottom of one of the pages, but we don't know who you are and we cannot send documents back to the source. So we can't tell you the next step. So include your email address so that we can send it back to you, letting you know that it's approved and the next step.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Everybody caught that? Winnie?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I went to the website, or I go there to check. Other than the presentation, which you are still to bring to the website, do you still have some other information you are going to include before the launch?
Yes.
Okay.
There's two more forms, or not really two more. There's one form that answers other questions that I'm getting that have nothing to do with documents. You don't have to mail anything. You don't have to do nothing but answer yes or no. But that's, internationals, pretty much whether you are international or not, but I have to put it on the website to show that we are international, a promise delivered. And then it's going to explain that the fourth grade for internationals, they don't participate with Team Royal until they get an approved international product. So that really has nothing to do with paperwork. It's more along the lines of what is expected of internationals.
Okay. One more. Would you advise to give it to somebody or to send to somebody, the website, the way it is at this time?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
If they're internationals, they'll see that come up, and then it's really just an explanation. It's not like a huge thing. They would just say yes or no.
Okay. Thank you, Montalvo. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Michael.
Yes, Montalvo. You mentioned back in the first part of the call that you've had 68 people respond in full with the documents and all that. Out of that 68, how many of those were actually of the original 75 testers? And if so, if they're short, how are you going to adjust that going forward to get those 75? You're going to move the list up, or just going to grab the first 75 that get them together?
Yeah, the 75 has already been done. That's why some of you got the documents a second time asking, because when the 75 was put together, the list overlaps. And then what I did was went from the last 75th person and then went down the list, and your names were pretty much in there twice or what have you. But the 75 are already in place. The green is pretty much done until we find out whether or not it's in their spam. That's why we're not getting everybody. Or there's this thing, I'm going to wait. Whatever the situation is, the 75 is there. But because there's so little that actually replied on the green list, once we get the green light, I'm just going to launch. There's not going to be a wait. Everybody's going to, be in. So it'll be a hot load.
Okay, so if I'm understanding you right, the 75ers are good. So you're referring to the 68 on the other side of 75.
Green, right.
Thank you,
Since so
Montalvo.
little, yes, no problem. Since so little have come back, then we'll just launch and be done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The only lock ones will be minors. Peter?
Montalvo, earlier you gave the example of at a later step you could pay a light bill with one of the debit cards. Since you said we're going to crypto, is there off-ramping there going on there? Crypto to fiat to pay that thing?
Well, not that card. The card that's going to be in the back office is on US dollar.
Okay.
But once we get rolling, and like I said, my objective and my goal is to have a crypto debit card that belongs to us in the back office, or you'll actually have it. So with that one, you can go spend whatever it is, XRP or whatever you have in there, and go pay the light bill. You can do it with the ones that's in the back office as we speak, because it's on US dollar.
Mm-hmm. But the one we get, you'll be able to off ramp crypto to fiat.
Correct.
To pay. Okay, thank you.
Correct.
Just want to make sure.
Yep. Lucille?
Hi, trying to unmute. Hi, family. My question is in reference to the notice of death. I sent mine in. However, I want to know if I can change it, like resend another one, just that, and replace what I have already. Even if I have the person that I have as my go-to person to call or what have you, being my witness on the other forms, even if I remove that person, it doesn't matter? Or do I need to have um, all of them the same, have to be the same person?
No, so how that's going to work is simple. If there's changes that need to be done, like I said, I'm the only one that's going to see these documents. They're not going to some business or something. It will be in my business, but it'll be in a file cabinet here. Okay. So if you need to change something, all 5 documents will be in the back office.
Okay, but I could just send that, only the death notice thing. I could only
Yes.
just send that because you have everything else.
Right.
Okay, so in reference to the callers, this gonna
Mhm.
call you like after you fill out, like I seen that, but I got some stuff. I'm all over the place right now. And I'm trying to fit in stuff where I can get it in at. It's just that hectic for me right now. However, my question is, when the callers call, are you supposed to have your LLC at that time or no? No?
No.
So we got a minute, because I'm like,
So let me explain that one. Good question, by the way. So in the lack of launch, like right now, we have nothing but time on our hands. Most of you will only need one LLC. Me personally, now this is just a suggestion, while we're waiting for the launch, go ahead and get that done. Let's say programmer calls me tomorrow, when, in our meeting, he says it's done. Of course, I'm going to launch. I'm not going to, wait. I'm going to launch. When you get into the system, first of all, you got to get through first grade, second grade, third grade, right?
okay,
That's time.
okay,
Fourth grade, the first position goes under your name, right?
mm-hmm.
You have more
Okay.
time. So by the time you come back around again for fourth grade, you should have an LLC.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let me say this, and I'm trying to not confuse everybody. You can go to irs.gov. Now, listen, irs.gov. Click on Internet register, or basically, you're going to do the online application. Fill out the information, go through the steps. I did it, but I had to erase it. I think I'll do it again and try to figure out how this thing where you can blur out stuff. It only takes about 8 minutes to get it. You answer the questions correctly. It's not that difficult. The 720, no. It's an entity. You're doing business. Just keep it simple. Well, I'm going to go record another one after I learn how to blur out the screen so you can see me do it. 8 minutes. You should have an LLC.
Okay, so I'm sorry for cutting you off, but let me just ask you this, because, and it is because you guys are so gifted with this and knowledgeable about how to do this thing. I've never had a business before, so I don't know what to do, and it's kind of scary for me.
Yeah,
because
I get it.
I have no idea, like how, like for instance, what businesses can you do under, consulting, versus if you want to do something with, vehicles or whatever, transportation. And
So I would ask a question to someone with that thought. What is it you like to do? This is just a conversation now. What is it you like to do?
what I like to do, I'm not knowledgeable. What I would like to do, I'm not knowledgeable about. Is like purchase homes, redo them, and sell.
Stop right there. So real estate.
Okay.
So you would say real estate refurbishment, or you have to look into what it is you actually want to do. You can do something as simple as doing signs for real estate. Publication. Okay. It doesn't have to be, and this is going to everybody. Whatever you use the LLC, the name of the LLC, I did say make it something that you would possibly do if it came to that. I'm not saying that you have to go out, spend $30,000 taking a course because you got an LLC that says you're a real estate agent.
Because that's what I don't want to do.
Right. And that's what I don't want you to do either. But the whole purpose of the LLC is to give you the opportunity to sign up a business position.
Okay.
Pick something for your LLC that you could do. That could be anything. Like I said, it really is up to you what you name it, just as long as it doesn't have your name in it.
Okay. Okay.
And then once you have it, you're going to register it. And this is where everybody's, up in roars about. And I want you to stop and think for a second. Like I said, you're getting the LLC to create the business position. That's
Okay.
it. You have 3 months at least before you have to actually register it. Because
Right, because I'm going to have to
months.
get two.
Well, if you need to get two, then you need to get
Because
two.
you said for us that did the jump start, like you
Yes.
definitely going to have two.
Yep.
So that's why I'm trying to get some kind of idea. I have no idea. But okay, I got that, and I saw somebody put in the chat flip houses. Thank you for that. And
Right.
thank you, Montabo, for giving me some information because I'm like so clueless as what to say.
Right. So
You
let me
know.
finish.
I'm sorry.
So you got your positions, you got your LLCs. You have 90 days
Mm-hmm.
of royalties and commissions from Team Royal. 90 days of that. Most LLCs cost $150 up to $250 to register it. You'll have that in a flash.
Okay.
Once you register it, you're going to open up a bank account with it. And now it's a live business. A business really doesn't take its own stance until it has a bank account. Okay?
Okay.
So again, these LLCs can be whatever it is that you might have thought about, what you always wanted to do, but didn't have the resources to make it happen.
Right.
It doesn't have to be some spectacular thing. It could be as simple as nails. I'm just picking on that.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be anything. It doesn't have, you don't have to be a, conglomerate. Hopefully it will turn into that. That's the purpose of having it. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Vault,
Hello.
how are you?
I need some clarity.
Uh-huh.
So earlier in the conversation, you said that give you a week. Then you mentioned something. I know we have a new person coming into office next week.
Mm-hmm.
So does the launch, is it predicated on
No.
the website being complete, or is it predicated on what may happen when the new president is put into office?
It's predicated on him finishing the software and the website. That's it. I'm not
Okay.
waiting for that, but it's a bonus if it happens before or they happen at the same time. My thing with that is what's happening in 10 days will facilitate a lot of the stuff that has become an issue on everybody's side. I'm not going to say exactly because I need it in my hands first before I say what I'm going to say. That should straighten up everything, if you get what I mean. But it's not predicated on that. No, I'm waiting for him to finish the website. Like I said, the products are there. The software is already created. We just have to have everything on the website and we launch.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Geronimo,
Good evening.
good evening.
As the young lady was speaking about the documents being sent in without any way to,
Hold on. Martha, your line is open. Okay.
about the documents being sent in. Well, I sent mine in and I didn't put my email address on. I don't think I did. I did initial them at the bottom of each page, but is it any way that I can just let her know what my email address is so she can, or whoever can attach
Just-
it to?
Just
What
send
is-
it in.
What's his
To,
name on top? Sleuthing to find it. Who is this?
Geronimo. Geronimo?
Did you receive an email back from us saying that you were approved?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I sent it in Saturday.
Go ahead and email your name to 2or3inagreement@gmail.com.
2 or 3 in agreement.
Yep.
And what exactly do you need me to include? My email and my name?
Send me the email. We'll respond back to your email.
Okay, and that was, what was that address again? I didn't get a chance to write it down.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat. 2 or
Okay.
3 in agreement at Gmail.
Okay, I'll send that in tonight.
Perfect.
And one thing that I think many of us need to do, as it says, sometimes we need to just sit back and take a deep breath and clear our heads. Because sometimes we think a little bit too much and we bring things into the situation that should not be there. And as one gentleman once said back during World War II, the only thing we have to fear is what? Fear itself.
Yeah.
And I think many of us are getting afraid about what we may have to do that we're not familiar with. But it's really simple. It really is. It's really easy. All we have to do is just be patient and realize, as Montalvo has said, we have time. I think that if we do that, everything will work itself out.
Mhm.
It has been a while. I've been with Montalvo for quite a few rodeos.
Yeah. More than I want to admit to, but you have to.
Yeah. And we've experienced a lot and gone through a lot of stuff and had ups and downs and made a little money and lost a little money in some of these endeavors. Many of you have no clue about some of the things that we've done. And really. And can I just say one thing? I remember years back, it was a group that was we had invested in. I only put $100 in. My return would have been about $60,000.
Mhm.
It was 11 people who were running the program. And it was spread across the world, international. To give you an idea about the type of money that was involved with this program, that only a few of us, Montalvo, myself, and a few others were involved in. These gentlemen, it was the beginning of cryptocurrency. And they took money and invested it in cryptocurrency. And you know how Bitcoin is volatile. It goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. Well, it came down and they lost quite a bit of the invested money and they got afraid. Fear jumped into the program. And so they decided to abscond with the money. And as I said, it was 11 of them. And to give you an idea about the kind of money that was invested in the program, as I said, it was 11 of them. Each one of them took $11 million
Yep.
and went to the wind. Well, they were one by one tracked down and apprehended. I know one in particular, the story was he was in Thailand and had married one of these, what do they call them, boy girls or girl boys?
Yep.
And she was handling all of his funds. So this is not anything like it. You've got a man with integrity. You got a man who is, by his birth sign, is a pioneer, trailblazer, and a leader by nature. That's what it says in his information. So just be assured that everything will work itself out. It just may take a little more time. But as far as the orange man going in, everything will work in our favors there because he is more on our sides than he is against us. And again, just sit back, take a deep breath, and say a good prayer, and everything will work itself out. Thank you for giving me a platform, my dog.
Absolutely. Let me see here. Let me get this question I just saw. Hold on.
Human levels, including the police, all work with AI. Robots, humans, and simulants, they all hate us. So, if you get caught, you're screwed. Don't get caught. Sergeant Taylor knows the layout of the facility. Work off. Our mission is to...
Okay, good question. Can you register for a position with a promise delivered as an LLC or a trust? Absolutely. But we have to have a conversation first. So if you plan to join a promise delivered with a trust or a LLC, that is a conversation we need to have. That'll also be on the website. All right. Let me get back to the question so I can go to the next. Rhonda?
Just kind of one quick one. I received the appointment form several weeks ago now. So the time I put down and the day I put down don't really apply now because since then I've had to change jobs. So if it sends a text, do I just try to, I haven't heard from anybody about my documents or anything, so I'm assuming everything is fine. But if I get that text about a meeting and that means someone got the form, do I simply say I need to make a new appointment or
Yes.
what do I? Okay.
Thank you. Good question. All appointments are going to be rescheduled. I also want to put in there, if you are not capable of doing a Zoom, you don't have to do a Zoom, but you do have to put that somewhere. So when you send back your documents, let the enroller or the caller know that you don't have Zoom capability, and they'll just call you. They don't have to look at you to talk to you. It just makes it convenient where the enroller can pull up documents on the screen so you can see stuff. They'll show you things and all that. That's the reason for the Zooms. If you, like I said, are not able to do a Zoom, then just put landline only and they'll call you and talk you through it. Okay, I wanted to put that in there.
Montavo, can I say one thing about the forms?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is Sonia, one of the Fab Four. Just a reminder, if you fill the forms out prior to January 6th, remember there was no response. They were already approved by Montavo. So anyone that filled out the forms, you gave a deadline, you did not receive a response because he approved them already. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Caught me with the water bottle.
Montavo, can they still call Ted maybe and confirm it?
No, they're going to reschedule. So don't worry, just hold tight. If you had an appointment, it's all going to get switched and changed anyway. So just hang tight. Karen.
Yes, good evening, Montalvo. So it's a lot to take in. So just please forgive me on what I'm going to ask. So tonight, or I don't know when, you said you're going to set out the forms to everybody?
No, I'm going to ask everyone to look in their spam because the forms, I can't send the forms out or the documents to everybody because then I wouldn't know who I'm dealing with. The callers would be all messed up. I'm trying to get them done the way I sent them out. So the first group was the 75, which is done. They're all in place. Now I'm working on the green. Remember the green list, which was 270 odd people? 68 of the 270 have sent their documents. I need the rest of those people because they've given the $25.
All right. So that was another one of my questions. As far as the 75, are they still going in first, or are you saying that everybody is going in? So it's no
It
longer.
depends on when I get the thumbs up. If I get the thumbs up by Friday, the first 75 started out. If I get it sooner, like I said, all he's doing is putting stuff on the website. If we talk tomorrow and he says, by the way, it's ready to go, then whoever's in with documents will be part of that. So I'm not gonna hold off and separate everything because so little people have replied. I'm just gonna run that whole thing. Everybody that has documents in will get their invite.
All right. Well, if I'm one of the 75 and I completed the form and I know about what Sonia was saying, that if you completed the form by January 6th and you haven't received anything back, that means you're good. But previously, appointment was already set a couple of times, so that means we'll be waiting for another appointment to be set.
Yes.
All right, so that should be in less than a week or so, hopefully, prayerfully.
Right.
All right. And one last question, a little different. The Team Royal, if I have 2 LLCs already and I'm looking to get a third one, is that okay? Or you only, because I'm one of the jumpstart, but
So
I'm probably
you're only gonna need 2 more. That's it.
2 more what?
LLCs. Or you're only gonna need 2 LLCs for the 2 positions that a Promise Deliver creates.
Right, but I have 2 LLCs. So may I get another one?
Why would you
I'm
need
only
it?
allowed to.
Unless you plan on coming in again. I mean, that's up to you. Just
I think I
know that
remember.
right. Let me just explain this because it's important that everybody hears what I'm getting ready to say.
All right.
Especially if you're in the jump start. Each set is $300. Okay. Not saying that you won't have it, you will, but each set is 300. So with 3 sets, you're talking 900. You get another set, you're talking 1,200. Okay. As long as you can handle that, no problem. But just remember, each set is 300, it's 149 each.
All right, I understand. That be not a problem because I want to have 3 LLCs with different businesses on each of them.
That's
why I was
fine.
asking if
Yep.
will I be allowed to do that?
Yep. Just remember, like I'm saying, which the most important part of this conversation right now is each set is a $300 obligation every month. Okay.
All right, and the third one will also get people placed under that as well?
It's all the
Or
same.
no?
It's all the same. I'm going to
Oh,
do
wow.
what I said I was going to do times everybody who comes in. Like I said, no beginning, no end.
All right. Great. All right, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
So-
All right, Yolanda.
I was just letting you know I didn't get to receive my documents.
Just send an email to 2 or 3 in agreement. And if you already sent in the 25,
Yes.
send in the receipt so I can make sure.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay. Thanks.
iPhone.
Yeah, good evening, Montava.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I spoke to you the other day and you said my documents were good. I had you had originally requested the documents be sent to I promise delivered at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, that's where I sent mine. But I see you asking for the 2 and 3 in agreement now. And it says once your documents are approved, you will receive the instructions and link for.
Yeah, I'll
So-
forward them over. I saw them today.
Okay. Okay, just making sure then.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you then, sir.
You're welcome. I think I saw Curtis before he left.
Yeah, Montavo, my question was answered. Thank you.
All right. Margaret?
Yes, Montavo. You mentioned Amazon. I'm just asking whether you have access to Amazon Australia, because we have free shipping from Australia to New Zealand. Whereas if we bought it from Amazon.com, it's very expensive.
Yeah, well, the way that's going to work is when you join, it's going to be under your zip code, all that information. When you put that in, it'll go to the Amazon closest to you.
Oh, great. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, thank you. Yes, I just wondered about that because it takes forever to get from over, your way, but Australia's a lot closer.
No.
So,
yeah.
That's
Amazon is
great.
all the way around the world.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Montavo.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Eileen?
Hi, Montavo. I'm part of the Jumpstart, and I have an existing LLC I've had a couple of years. Now, I have my LLC at 2 separate banks. Would I be able to use that as my 2 LLCs, or do I need another one?
Is it the same LLC?
Yep, is that 2 separate banks?
It can only take one position.
So I would have to get another one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because I was thinking because it was at separate banks, it would be something different. Okay.
Now, when you put it into their back office or into their system and you put it in again, they kick it.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Sean.
Great evening to you today there, Montavo. Hello, family. Montavo,
Likewise.
of course, I'm always going to ask, how are you, sir?
Blessed and highly favored.
That's what's up. All right. So I'm asking a question for someone I see in the chat who did not ask this question. And the question is, when is the deadline to send docs for the kids' corners to verify, please?
As soon as possible. I don't want, the reason why the deadline was put on there is to get you guys moving just like it's doing. It's not a fake thing, so don't take it like that. I'm glad it was put on there because it's getting you motivated. That there is no deadline. When you get the documents in, you get the documents in. And that's the same for those who may not have the 175. Once you get the okay, I don't know why I keep putting up that thumbs up because I don't like it either. Once you get the okay and the invite to join a promise delivered, you join when you have the funds. It's not like you're going to get left behind. It's not like, oh, well, I'm losing my spot. It's not like that. Okay, there's no referral. That kind of stuff comes in referral. you got to lock in a position or you don't get it. No, that's not here. Nope.
All right, I have one more question for you. Someone asked, this is more of a request. They asked if you could put the link for CamScan in the email to download to your phone so it would be easy to get your documents uploaded using the CS app and sent back to 2or3inagreement@gmail.com.
Yeah, it was in the original excuse me, emails that I was sending out. I'll put it back in.
All right, cool. That's
again, that's more links. The more links, the more it's going to go to
probably
spam.
going to go to spam. Yeah. I don't
But
see
I'll put it
any
back.
I apologize. I'm talking over you, buddy.
No problem. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think I see. Oh yeah, there's one more in the chat, and it's I think it may have been answered already. They said, "Hi, can we register in the name of a trust or LLC that we have, or do we need to register in our own name?" I think that was answered already, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me answer that one.
Okay, cool.
So we have clarity. If you are not part of the Jumpstart, which means you already have a team role position and you're just a regular person coming to the system, the first position that you get will be under your name. The second position that you get will be under an LLC. Okay? There are some people that don't like their name on anything. You're a special case, and that would be an LLC for the first one and an LLC for the second one. Okay? If you are in the Jump Street or the Jump Start position, like what you already have one, then the next two positions have to be an entity of some sort, trust, LLC, whatever you choose, S Corp, C Corp. It's up to you totally, but they have to be two separate entities without your name in either one of them. Okay? I hope that clears up that. Did you have something else? Hold on. Hold on. Geronimo?
No, I thought I'd lowered my hand. No
All right,
question.
I got you. I got you. Tamika?
Hi, yes. How you doing today or this evening?
Blessed.
Okay. Okay, I have a few people that's on, and one of them want to bring in their children.
Yep.
So they wanted to know how the process works for that.
So the children starts at 12. So if they're under 12, they can't come in. 12 up to 18, the back office will be locked. 12 and up have to come in with your name / their name on all the documents. When they get their invite to go in, you'll sign them up under your name / their name. So it's going to be in the back office like that until they're 18. Once they become or turn 18, which I'm probably going to force it to 21 just because I wasn't called an adult till I made it to 21. So I'm going to carry it right on. When they get 21, your name falls off and everything is in their name. Between 12 and 21, the back office would be open every year for their birthday so they can go get whatever they want. And then it'll be open one more time to set up the subscription. And that's only once. You only do it once and it'll take it from the back office or whatever card you put on it. It's going to come off a card, not the back office. But the card lives in the back office. You can put that card as the card for the subscription. It'll take $175 from it. Okay?
Okay.
So each of the children go under their own documents and all that. Your name / their name.
And that's when when they're registered with the links, when you get the links out, or do
No,
they do something?
they should be under paper now. So they should be on some list. So if there's children that need the documents, I need to know who they are and the email address to send it to.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jackie. Jackie. I guess that's all the questions. I don't see any more hands. All right. So again, I'm going to have a meeting with him. Hold on. Where'd it go? Alan. Alan.
Yeah, yeah.
No, not Helen.
Okay,
Alan.
sorry, I couldn't get over to the unmute button.
No problem.
I just wanted to know if my documents went through, or should I call
Oh,
Ted?
I approved yours. You're good.
Oh, okay. Great. So you got my for me and my mother?
I believe you sent in yours. It was part of the first 75, I do believe.
Okay, well, you mean originally, because I was told that I had to wait and get the scanner and all that because we couldn't sign it.
Right. So if you haven't done that part yet, then that needs to be done. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's been done. That's what I was asking. If you could receive that.
I
Yeah,
am
it's
just
been
looking
done
at
now.
your ass. Okay? I took freaking miserable.
Hold on. Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. For my mother and me.
Like I said, I don't remember seeing your mother's, but
Okay.
make sure just send an email to 2 or 3 in agreement with her name and information. They'll check it.
Okay. One other thing, I'm not, when you sent the documents and other things, it seems like it's not going to the email that I signed up for
Okay.
APD.
Again, don't worry about that
Okay.
part until you get the invite.
I
The
got you.
invite that goes to a promise delivery is the one that you want to put the email address you want.
On
Okay,
it.
because we done switch back and forth so many times, it's crazy.
I got you. That's right. You did say that.
Yes. So whenever you get the invite, when that happens, make sure you're putting the email address that you want in there. That's that will get the correspondence.
Great.
All right.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Gail?
Good afternoon or evening. Good evening. How are you?
Blessed.
Same. Okay, I'm hoping I'm not muddying the water with these. One is a question and the other is kind of a statement, if you will. One, is the sister company considering bringing their membership into A Promise Deliver?
They're going to give us a spot on their commercial list.
Okay.
Now, what comes of that, is depending on what they allow, but they're wide open for us. So they're going to do whatever they can to support us.
Yeah, it would be great to bring that membership over as well. That's what I was asking. So, okay. And then the second part of that is kind of taking a page from your playbook and the sister company's playbook, could it be possible that out of our royalties, we provide maybe $100 voucher to assist someone else to come into a Promise Deliver?
Yeah, that's going to be part of the bread basket. And let me, I'm glad you
No, I
said
mean
that,
for
'cause-
everybody to just have a voucher instead of
Right.
going through the bread basket.
Well, I need to talk on it too, though. But yeah, I mean, that's everything is available for discussion. So the best thing to do is let us launch, and let's see what the royalties, how well fast they flow, and all that good stuff. Once we've seen it working, let's revisit, on one of the calls on what we can do to enhance what we have.
Absolutely. Okay. No, I don't want to hinder the launch. Absolutely not. But it's just something I was thinking about to help increase the flow in.
Right.
If we
Right.
can offer some type of assistance. I mean, and it would be our option as to whether we wanted to use our voucher, So, yeah. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
anything that's going to bump up their circle, they're going to be all for. So we just need to figure out how to present it to them and if it's something that they would entertain.
Well, that last part was really, going through the grades. If something could be put in that it could be $100 voucher to assist someone to come in.
Yep. Well, that's what the donation is all about. 4th grade.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just thinking about increased membership, but definitely not delaying the launch.
Oh, no. All good.
No, we don't want to do anything to do that.
No, we don't need no more time added on nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
All
said
right.
it's lowercase under Talia.
Okay.
Underscore.
Well, I can't say thank you, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
Everybody, please be careful with your microphone. Please don't unmute with, I know sometimes the thing might be touchy or whatever, but it's very disruptive. Let me hit this, Shirley, and the rest of you. Give me a second. I want to talk about the bread basket. Now, that was mentioned too earlier, but I just want to speak on it on the respect of why it is and what it's for. The bread basket is a position just like all of you. It's not in front of anybody special. It's not at the front of the line because there's no front and no end. It's just a position like everyone else. But we talked about when folks decided not to take care of their monthly position, it turns off income to positions they're under. Okay. So unfortunately, where it's sitting, it did have folks that were, making their monthly and what have you. But that is not the case. So it's not receiving anything until we get rolling. And then people will be replaced or put in that underneath of it. And then it'll start to receive again. But it's not a special thing where it has this large amount of monies. It's not. And I hope no one thought that that was the position of the bread basket. It's a position just like yours. So as we get rolling, it will start to receive like it was, and we'll use it accordingly, okay, across the whole process. And it is designed for people that don't have it, need help, whatever. That's what the bread basket is for. It actually is a humanitarian project. It's under a nonprofit, or it's going to go under a nonprofit bank account. It's not up yet. So I'm just like all of you. All right, Shirley.
It's Shelley.
Shelley, my apologies.
Hey, Montalvo. I just wanted to make a comment about the documents. I did my documents, sent them in, and there is no spot on the forms for the participant's email address. And what happened was my responsible party on my beneficiary, they sent her, my daughter, they sent her an email asking for my information, which was fine. I said, oh, they tricking us. They making sure everybody know what's going on. But that's what happened. So that's how I got my, okay, you're good. Look for your text message to come. So that's what happened with me.
I'll add it. It's nothing but an ad. I'll
Yeah.
add it to the document. That way you can put your email in there.
Okay.
All right. That's the benefit of these conversations. It helps everybody. But thank you, Shelley. Appreciate it. Jamie. Jamie. Click the little microphone.
There we go. All right. Well, one question, because a person asked me if when they sign up with the Promise Delivered, can they sign up under their LLC or trust instead of their actual name?
Yeah, that is a conversation that you have to have with me. I need information on that LLC or trust. And once it's approved, then they can sign up with it.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Jackie?
Good evening. How you doing?
Blessed and highly favored.
I just want to say that I appreciate your patience, the endurance that you've had with us. I heard tonight. I heard your heart more so than I ever heard it before. Um, I don't. I heard something you said on a couple of meetings back. He said if you look at the name of the things that I have in place, I promise to deliver a bread basket. These things and where they come from, where they originate from. I just want to say all of us that are here and that are participating or that are afraid to participate, God has really given us the go with this. I believe that if we all stand together and stand firm, that we will overcome this point of fear because God has really placed, I really believe that God has placed this in his heart and we should very much hold him up in prayer because dealing with us as people, it ain't always easy. And I felt like tonight he spoke his heart, but then also I felt this pain, all the work and all the stuff that he done, and then a lot of people falling off, not doing what they said they was gonna do. So that's kind of hard for him too, with the setbacks and all. So we can't always be selfish, but in our same token, give thanks to those that give honor to whom honor is due. And this man deserves a lot of honor tonight. So if everybody that's in the chat can give a hooray and a hallelujah and a thank you, Jesus, for him, it would be great.
Well, I appreciate it. And again, it's not, and that's the thing that I try to make apparent. It's not about me. And some people have a problem with just me. Their problem is with me. And like I say all the time, and I've always said it, don't put me on a pedestal, please. I'm not worthy. So the process, this whole design, like I said, is for the benefit of everyone participating, everyone. So if people could just get past this, they can get past this, they'll be all right. But people having a problem with this. Frida.
Hello, Montalvo. Good evening, everyone. I am just asking, pertaining to the internationals, if by chance they cannot receive text messages, is it possible for them to have a call via WhatsApp?
Yes.
Okay.
So the way that would work is I won't make it mandatory. So what I'll put in there is phone number, and I'll take if I take it off, I'll make it multiple choice.
Montalvo, can I speak?
Please.
For the internationals, we see that you're not in the United States. We have a reply that goes back to you. Next steps. And one of the statements is, if your WhatsApp address, if you have WhatsApp and it is not the same as your phone number, then please send us your WhatsApp, because we're going to WhatsApp you first, then call you. So when you get the reply back, the internationals, we're asking if your WhatsApp address or WhatsApp phone number is different from the phone number that you're sending on the form, to please send us your WhatsApp information so that we can contact you on WhatsApp and then text you. So it's in the reply.
Yeah, actually, when you finish your documents, you scan them in the email, in the body of the email, you can put your WhatsApp information.
Okay. Thank you. I'll pass that on.
Absolutely.
Have a good night, everyone.
You as well.
Thank you.
Natoya?
Thank you so much for allowing me to share. Great day, everyone. Quick question, Sir Montalvo. The children, will they also be required to have LLCs?
No, because they're not going to be old enough to join Team Royal.
Okay. So it
They
would be a
can't
solo.
join. Yeah, they can't join Team Royal until they're 18. I think their lowest. You have to be 18 to join them. I'll find out. But the little ones are only going to be a promise delivered,
Okay.
because I'm the only one's going to allow them in. Everybody else is, no. That's not fair.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Margaret.
Yes, Montalvo, my WhatsApp number would be exactly the same as the phone number, which is a mobile number. Last time I was called, the lady said that she couldn't text me, so she just called me. I think that was Kay who called me, and I answered the phone and I realized who it was the moment I saw it was an international call. So I didn't put any information about WhatsApp, but I do have it, and it's just my ordinary mobile number
Okay.
that I've sent in.
Yeah, just send it in. That way, it's just going to pop up and they'll get it.
Yeah.
And they'll know
It
what
was
to do.
it was on the form that I filled in. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. That everybody? I'm gonna ask like I asked on the kids call. If you have a question, please ask it. You might help somebody else. Okay. Again, I'm gonna have a meeting with the programmer tomorrow.
This is David. Before you go on, this is David. I'm sorry. Hi. No, you're teasing us with that guitar in the background, and you haven't started taking lessons yet because you're very busy.
Yeah.
You need to move that guitar away because we see it every time we have a meeting.
No, I want you to see it.
Okay. But you're so busy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
Well, no, I know. Hey, listen, we can't launch fast enough. Okay, I know you want it, I want it, everybody wants it. So, but everybody needs to just calm down.
Yep, I agree.
Exactly. Thank you. Good night.
All right. So again, I'm looking for him to just say tomorrow, I'm done with it. Here's your keys. Open the door. But I'm not even going to put a but on it. That's what I'm looking for. Right away. Let's just launch, and then everybody can relax and enjoy what we all put together. Okay? That's the objective. Now let me say this. Once we launch, the back office is going to be open. I might leave it locked maybe 24 to 48 hours just to be safe. But once it's open, don't rush. Okay? Allow the thing to morph into what I know it's going to morph into. There's no need to rush. It's going to move on its own pace. As people come in, you move. When you move, you're going to see different levels. You're going to see different stuff. You're going to see different products. You're going to get emails. Pay attention to that email address. Can't stress that enough. When you start doing your thing and able to go and get the things that you've wanted, things that you deserve, some of you, give thanks, not to me, but to the Creator, to allow something like this to exist amongst all of us. Keep it in good light. Protect it with every move you make. Because once it's open, it's up to you guys. It's totally up to you. I know for a fact that there's going to be some screaming, some hollering. Don't forget, I'm going to need a testimonial, please. Please. So start putting one together. Just kidding. All right, I'm going to let it go. Geronimo, one last before we go.
Yes, I wanted to comment on that BOI. I received email from through Team Royal sister company that was stating that we had to, today was the deadline for getting that information. If I'm not mistaken, that pertains to individuals who have a LLC prior to 2025. Is that not correct?
Yes.
So if you don't have an LLC, then you're not required to fill out that information, right?
No, if you don't have one, you're not reporting. But again, remember, 7 days.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Give it 7 days.
That was sort of what the email was saying also, about what may take place, that it may go out of existence.
I'm trying to tell you, I know for a fact, deep in my heart, where I feel it, because they are not going to allow that. No, absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I could be wrong, but I already feel that I'm not.
Montalvo?
Yes.
Miss Karen, I have another question. I'm sorry. So, my apologies. So tomorrow after your meeting with the programmer, say that, like you said, that he gave you the green light and the keys tomorrow. Are you going to send out some kind of an email blast to the Fab Four and to us?
Oh yeah,
Or are you
absolutely.
going to have to wait till next Monday?
No. That's the email I've been wanting to send. Are you kidding? The second he gives me the keys or whatever it is, and it's launchable, and I get my little crash course on how to work the back office. And that's the other thing, let me say before you guys run off. Give me a minute once this thing launches, because I don't know the back office. I'm going to have to be taught it like I'm going to have to show you. But I got to go a little deeper because, it's not 100% automated yet. So let me figure out what I need to do, learn how to do it before we start with a bunch of, withdrawals. Just give me some time. That's all I'm asking. Faye?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Montalvo. I was late. I had another meeting that I had to attend. I wasn't sure, have all of the emails gone out?
For the greens, yes. And that's what I was asking. Or you're going to see another email come out from the original blast list asking everyone to check your spam because 270 something odd emails been sent out with the documents, and we got 68. So either they're all in spam or what have you, but I'm going to send an email to everybody tomorrow.
Okay, because I've checked my spam, both of my emails, and I didn't see any. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay, so is it all the emails that you've corresponded with?
Yes.
Okay. I can send them again in smaller batches. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But when I send them, I'll, put in there, if you've already filled them out, do not do them again.
Okay, I will wait for
send
the
smaller
second.
batches. Go ahead.
I'll wait for the second batch.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Queenie?
Hey, Montava, I saw on the site when I got ready to do the BOI, it states that in light of a recent federal court order, reporting companies are not currently required to file the BOI with FinCEN and are not subject to liability if they fail to do so while the order remain in force. However, reporting companies may continue to voluntarily submit beneficiary owner information report. More information is available they got the website there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going by. It's
Well,
still
all
up there that it's under litigation. So it's not been, you don't have to. I'm not going to bother with it because all it is to me is invasion of your privacy.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I think so.
They already know. I'm just going to put this out real quick. When you go get the LLC, you have to use your first, last name, your mailing address, where you live, your social security number, so they know you got it. So that those three pieces of information tells whoever that needs to know that you got one. Why do I have to file it with a totally separate company? So they can look into my information? No, sir.
Right when I did my LLC, I didn't have to put my social security number in.
Well, I did on all of mine, so they know I got this thing. So why do I need to file it again? You already got the information. IRS has it.
Right.
When I registered the three that I have, each time I registered them, I had to go back to the IRS and show them they sent me the certificate of ownership. Mm-hmm. So they know I have it. It's registered. It has a bank account. Stop it. That's why, some things they do to see what they can get. If they can scare you enough, they'll get your information and do what they want with it.
Yeah, I started twice last night to fill it out, but the Holy Spirit won't let me fill it out. I'm gonna talk to you today about it.
No,
okay.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for the wishes and everything. Just hang in there. I know for a fact that we're going to launch shortly. And when we do, take your time. Just let the thing go through its grades and do what you're supposed to do on each grade. Okay?
Vibrations.
We're going to start out with US dollar. And as we get everybody in, it'll switch over to crypto.
Thank you, Montavo.
Thank you, Jesus.
Vibrations.
Thank you. Vibration.
Thank you.
Good night.
Vibrations.
Vibration.
Good
night.
all.
Have a great night, everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night, all.
Much appreciated.